Heyo, what's up guys? This is Oakley Hidef and I'm with the Halo Forge Epidemic, and we are here to bring you a series of maps that you guys have probably all seen. This was, the Spartan Noble team made in Reach. The sculptures, they're just beautiful, and they're made by xSoGx Grim, prolific forger, starting Halo 3, making all sorts of forge art, and he's carried on beautifully into Halo Reach. He made a ton of sculptures, as I'm sure you guys are familiar with, but here I'm going to go through them in a little bit more detail. I was able to sit down and have an interview with him a couple days ago, but sadly the audio quality, we kind of lost it. So I'm going to go through this and just, do my best to cover for him, and maybe in the future we'll be able to get him back to do some of his other pieces. But right over here, this is his first sculpture that he did for Noble Team. Not the first sculpture he did in Reach, that would be the Brute Chieftain, but this is the first one from Noble Team. So this is going to be Spartan B312, Noble 6. So this is the player you would play in campaign. You can see tons of details. So the main framework of the body is going to be the C-stacks, which actually work very well for the skeletal structure, just because they have a rounded end and they have a rounded sort of circular or more oval part in the middle, and then they taper off. So that's kind of like when you're learning to draw basics. You start by drawing circles and ovals to make the main limbs of the body, and that's what he does for these models. So you can see, for the calves and the quads, that's where the C-stacks go. For the arms, the elbows, the back, and stuff like that, that's where those main circles go, and after that he fills it in with more details. So you can see everything here is rendered with extreme beauty. You can see the combat knife, right by the shoulder. The arms are great. The helmet looks amazing. He told me he spent a couple hours on this one. You can see all sorts of details in the armor. Going down the legs, you can see they always have motion in them. He never wanted the Spartans to just be standing still. He wanted them to seem as alive as possible, and that's consistent with all sorts of artists. They always want to bring life to their piece. You can see here the foot pushing off. I think he brings, every piece he has here. As we move through this, you'll see they're unique. He shows improvement, and every time they're doing something new. So Grim has done, obviously, forge art in the past, but he's also an artist. He's done sculpture and other things in the past. So this is going to be his first art, and it inspired him to do more and more in Reach. So now let's move on to the second one that he made. So this is going to be Noble 3, June A266. So obviously we have a sniper here, and Grim did a great job finding a place to put this sniper, and the pose was incredible. Instead of having a running Spartan, he crouched it up, and coming with that, there's a lot of stuff you have to take into account, making it look natural. Where he's posing his legs, does he look like he's adequately, balancing his whole weight? Does the sniper look like it's supported? And so Grim did a great job of pulling all those off. As you can see right here, the Spartan is properly braced, sniper against his knee, other arm coming up. And he told me he did do sketches for some of his designs in the past. So that's how he got started. He knew what he wanted to do. He did sketches. Once he was satisfied, he would go ahead and build it. But he also used different screenshots from Halo Reach campaign. Over here again, you can see the feet, putting them down, laying it just like this. He has the leg coming out and the knee brace right there. Obviously the leg in each design is a little bit different, but for the most part, he uses the ramp circulars, and then platform walkways or other blocks. The armor around the arms and stuff like that, obviously he wanted it to be circular. So you see those ramp circulars, and then coming up here you see more details like the finger on the trigger, and you can see even in the, towards the barrel of the sniper, it branches out. You can see the different scopes and stuff like that. I think it's incredible just to see the amount of detail. And yeah, you can see he uses different implementations of various objects that you wouldn't otherwise, think to use. So how did he build rounds? Well, there you go, right here. He put columns and he put propane tanks. Those are supposed to be sniper bullets. So he does all sorts of neat tricks using the forged pieces to their maximum to do, pull off these incredible renditions of the Spartans. So again, I'm sure you guys have all seen this, but I just want to make sure we highlight all the details. Here you can see the backpack, again, unique, sort of the snipers, not so much a ghillie suit, but he has that green patch of cover in the back of his neck, so that's pulled off very well. You have the helmet here, again a different style. Instead of glass, he uses the Covenant shields, and he has a mine in one of the blocks up there to make it seem like there's a little light in the head. So this looks great. I love this model, and you can even go through a teleporter and get shot out the barrel, so it's even you can even play around with it. But again, this one is so cool. I love it. And now we're going to be moving on to the next Spartan in this series. So this is going to be Noble 1. This is Carter S259. And yeah, he looks insane. He's awesome. Again, you can see Grim has chosen to give him a different posture. You know, he's not standing there, and he's not just running with his weapon. Here, he's the leader, so you can see him pointing forward with one of his arms. And again, you can see the leg motion built up the same way with the C stacks, ramp circulars, and then this time he put on top of each of the legs these walkway covers in conjunction with bridge larges, and then the struts right there to kind of make the not buckles, but different joints in the armor. So I think that was pulled off very well on the feet. Again, the bunker small pieces that he puts there with the blocks look great. Coming up the kneecaps, he has more of the bunkers, and they come up and join with the main body. But yeah, as I was trying to say with this piece, he's pulled off a lot of detail with it, and he shows improvements over the last design. So as you move around, you can see, I was talking about his weapon earlier, he's pointing, and so he had to show that the weapon is not falling, so it's properly supported by the other arm, and it's put into the nook of his shoulder on the other side. Over here for the enlarged armor on the side, he's used spawn points to make a little crest. Again, they also have the knife as always, but here you can see, he used a green spawn point down there to be sort of a wrist thing. Again, he's used more spawn points over by the earpiece to control. Over here you see the fingers pointing out, and then you see more of the details coming up here. The armor on the shoulder is all great. Here you can see a closer look at the face, and over on the side you'll see his emblem S259. And then right over here you can see his helmet. Again, more details, but this time, he never copies the same design. He always takes it and improves it, and I thought that's really admirable. Here you can see the details on the weapon. He has the switchbacks there. Again, the trigger guard. Here you can see he even puts an ammo counter. You can see it's at 15, so I think that's super cool. Very well done. So now, take a look at his helmet one last time, and we're going to be moving on to the next one. So that's Carter. Now, next Spartan in the series that he made is Noble 5, and this is going to be George 052. So this guy is a beast, and you can tell, again, a change in the overall design. This is a different class of Spartan. He looks heavier, he's bulkier, and you can see just with the way the legs are made, they're a bit bulkier. The stance is different. He has to show that this Spartan is holding the huge weight of that turret, and also the recoil of that imagined turret. So there's a lot built into this model. You can see the calves and the quads all huge. They're flexing, and it looks great. It looks extremely believable, which is what you always get with Grim's artwork, which looks great. Over here you can see the details on the machine gun. So we saw in the front the bullets coming out, and here you can see the empty shells coming out the side. Again, very smart use of the propane tanks, shooting out the side. Adds believability to this. It seems like you just took a snapshot of this. You can see maybe the gas coil or whatever. I don't know if it's gas fed or however this works, but he has all the details of the machine gun. Ammo cartridge down there. And you can see the hands are actually gripping it, and you can almost feel the weight of this weapon. And also, just by the bulk of George right here. You can also see some more details in the armor in the front. I love that. I love how he used the platform extra larges. And then over here you can see Grim changed up how he did the mask design. This time he put spawn points instead of glass to add the green glow. Over here you can see his armored, sides and all that. And he's definitely looked like a super Spartan here. Super powerful. And as you go away you can see that the spawn points disappear, which is a cool effect. Next one he made is Noble 2. This is Cat B320. Cat obviously is more slender, has a different design. So again, Grim has changed it up. So this is kind of a typical Cat, standing there, looking elegant, looking swift, looking ready to move forward. Even the stance isn't just posed, waiting there idly. She's ready to go. She's ready to move forward. 1 foot sideways, kind of like you see in Assassin's Creed, ready to go at a moment's notice. And again, you can see the armored design of the legs. C-stacks again, and then bulked up by ramp circulars, blocks, and stuff like that. So it looks great. Moving up the body, you can see the pelvic area is a bit narrower. The back is made a bit smaller. So the details of the female actually went into this. It's a different type of design, but it still looks really great. You can still feel the power and the reality of this. Not only is Cat different because she's a woman, but she also has a robotic arm. So here Grim pulled something off that was really cool. He told me a friend gave him this idea, which was to make it look mechanical. He has a sort of golf balls rotating in there, which has a really cool element in it. The helmet again, different design. This time it's not the glass, not the spawn points. It's wall corners. So again, another awesome innovation. Cat is looking great. And now we're going to be moving on to the next one, which is Noble 4 EMILE A239. So EMILE here is the last one in the Noble series that Grim created, again in a unique position on Forge World. He never looks like he's standing still. Grim uses everything to the best of his abilities. You can see here he was resting on that rock, and now he's looking over to the side, not forward. Grim wants to keep the realism. And of course he has his trusty shotgun. Grim said he was going to try and pull off a grenade launcher, but it was a bit hard. But here you can see, this awesome shotgun, extra grenades on his chest. Over on the side, you see shotgun rounds right on EMILE's arm and then forearm. Here you can see the extra grenades. And we're going to go ahead and look a bit closer at the shotgun. The armored finger, on the trigger. Shotgun's looking amazing here. Even has the iron sights right there with the little red light that you always see. That's typical to the Halo shotgun. It's looking great. And now we're going to come back up and look at EMILE a little closer because this model obviously isn't last in the series, and I think the detail is just incredible. So you can see the armor emblem on his shoulder. He's looking nice, looking bulky. And we're going to come down his arm, firmly grasping bottom of the shotgun. It looks like he has a lot of force, and it really pulls off EMILE's character, where he's always looking for more, and just the face looks incredible. You can see his long, symbolic dagger there, I guess. Coming up, a crate there, block 1x4s, and then it's coming up. He even made a blade out of railings and cover pieces, so that looks great. The face itself is incredible. Over in the back you can see more details, and here you can see how he built the face out of all of these spawn points. It looks great from a distance. It's incredible. I can't believe he pulled it off. Not only the roundness of the face made of the rocks, but the details that he pulled off with each and every spawn point, which is incredible. I don't know how he pulled off this detail. These projects took many hours, so I hope you guys have enjoyed these. You've enjoyed the closer look, and hopefully next time we'll be able to get Grim to speak to you in person. So thanks guys, this has been Oakley Hidef with the Halo Forge Epidemic. I am signing out. Make sure to check out these maps if you haven't already. If you have seen these, stay tuned. We're going to be showcasing a lot more of his stuff because Grim is a prolific forger. So thanks guys, this has been Oakley Hidef, and we're signing out. Thank you.